I'm just getting started. I guess I'll start. So today I wanted to practice painting some clothes. I should rename it, but I don't know how to rename it right now. I will rename it later. So hmm, I wanted to find a nice reference to study clothes. But everything's just too complex and can't use words. I wanted to practice from this reference because the clothes are pretty easy, but there is also way less shadows. But I guess I will get on with it. It'll mostly be a rough-ish sketch. Um, sorry. Okay. And after doing from this, I will move on to some like real life images to study painting clothes from. That'll be like my first time doing that. I mostly study from artworks, which I know gives a little less information, but information that's already been simplified. But it's high time that I learn how to simplify things myself. Oh, by the way, I also completed a new artwork. The one that I was Oh, I guess I wasn't painting that one at stream at all. I hope I'm audible. So I'm not going to be copying the whole artwork, mostly the clothes, and I'm gonna start painting. I'm gonna be studying different aspects of values works, and that's how I'm gonna be proceeding with this study. And I hope to be able to make a video on it ultimately. Right, so that's as much as I will be drawing in the space. It's a bit too small. I will enlarge it. So I really can't believe how fast I was able to sketch. I guess I've been making too many mistakes in my own sketches that some things have improved. I'm practicing more, so I've left the space. Alright. I don't know if I should like draw anymore. That'll just broaden the scope of the study, which won't really help. Yep, I think I will draw it this much. Hi, Silver Comet. Welcome to the stream. The hardest part is selecting the base colors for the light and the dark parts. But I think I need to switch up because I'm not with the sketch. I am good. Been feeling way better. Been able to paint, draw, and I really have been enjoying painting, and I've been getting some time. So yeah, it's been a good past couple of days. I finished a new artwork, and I'm practicing more as of this moment. Okay, what was I doing? And I hope you're doing great too. Okay, I am going to go with this color for the base, but for that, there's a lot of noise going on at my home. Anyways, I need a base color for the darker parts, and that's actually really hard. But I think this color is good for that. Hmm. Actually really hard to separate light and dark regions while also painting with a sketch. I'm hoping this will help me to learn how to paint clothes because I get stuck easy. Oh, that's great. I think art is pretty fun when you're like not thinking about every next move you're gonna make. And I guess I've been stuck with that. That's so nice to hear though. It's nice. Here is a bit it's a bit noisy, but I'm managing. Ah, you do have an owl on your PFP, right? Owls are cute. Managing the noise. That's at my place today. And welcome, Tarakemasu. I see you aren't sleeping. Nothing too relevant. I mean, you want to learn with this study how to paint clothing. Thank you. I've been planning for a stream since like Tuesday or Wednesday, and I've been like scheduling one every day and then just delaying it because I wasn't able to find the mood or the time. I was also in the middle of completing the recent illustration that I've done, and I felt as if I completed it on stream, I was sure to mess it up. Yes, and I needed a bit more confidence in my abilities. And the practice is low pressure. Okay, I think I painted a bit much here. Though I was actually thinking about making a proper stream schedule, which I will stick to. Because I guess it also becomes confusing for everyone. Okay, I may not add that though. Oh, he painted it on complete white. Hmm. Yeah, I guess from the next week, from Monday, I most probably should have a streaming schedule. Should probably change the background color a bit. Mm, just so I know where I'm painting. Feel free to join if you use this code, and even if you don't. just wanted to be done with the base colors real quick before I moved on. The biggest challenge is painting the darker regions because there's just too many colors. There's skylight, there's reflections, there's reflections on the ground, light reflected from other nearby sources, and from light and dark tones, ambient occlusion, these extremely black strokes. There's a lot going on. And the color that I've picked is from this region, which looks as if it's the base color. First things first, painting the form. So the one thing to take care of is the planes. Which parts face where, up, down, left, right, where the folds and bends are, all of that. I'm like no expert, but I've been following the way Kanyu paints for a bit of time. I just know some aspects of it. Alright. Next, I want to be painting a bit of the edges. The light is actually lighter behind the bag to emphasize light shining through. I am not able to visualize. light shining through from the back. Sorry, lighter behind the back. Oh, like around the hair, you mean? Yes. Oh, I did that because otherwise it would have been too purple here and it was looking horrible. So, for more contrast, balancing the light and dark colors, I chose to make it lighter here. Otherwise, it would have been horrible to look at and too saturated. I was actually doing that at first, but then I realized nope. Form. So also seen that in a lot of different art. And actually looks kind of cool. Okay, so here there's a basic separation in tones, the lights and the darks. And next is this daylight, which will be painted based on the color that I'm painting on, but before that, just a second. Okay, I guess I shouldn't be um saying out loud every step that I'm taking. I'm not watching any anime right now. I really should. I've been wanting to from quite some time, but then I always feel like I don't have the time to commit. Then I end up watching other stuff which I binge. I kind of want to start an anime which is like as a good 3 or 4 seasons out, so I don't have to wait. Right. Yep. I usually try finishing everything that I start. Lately, I'm like, as soon as things start to get repetitive, I leave them. Okay, I'm gonna be painting skylight now. I'm gonna be choosing the colors on my own. Let's just see how far it takes me. You're feeling this? Yeah, dude. Okay, so everything that's facing up front has this blue tone because skylight. A light bluish tone. Also wanna be studying brightness. Hmm? So what? Are you painting or sketching? Staying awake? Not enough sleep for who? No. I slept enough. So I'm not a big sleeper. Right. Some dark reflections. yellowish. Oh. Nice. I need something a bit yellow. Sure, it looks very orangish. And I'm super bad at picking colors. Yep. Lots of skill. Yeah, we learn. Sometimes I pick colors and compare, and sometimes I get amazed at how close I was to the original. So yeah, it's a work in progress. Hmm. So it gets way better once you know, especially for light, which color where represents what. Like I'm extremely bad at again picking reflection colors for reflections. So I just do a lot of fit and trial. And one way to do reflection color is just like pick the color it's reflected from and just make adjustments to it. Often by reducing the opacity. Right, so now we have to paint a little darker, just a bit, to show where the fabric gets tighter. Yeah, there's a lot of painting tutorials on Pinterest. They help a lot. I found them. I have not yet like tried practicing them, but I keep hoarding. Someone's spamming some emojis. Reveal yourself. It actually looks pretty fine though, not too bad. I've actually benefited a lot from studying Kanlyo because it forces you to break down things into more simpler things. It's really nice. Focusing on structure is a lot to learn from the study. And how to paint. I still don't understand what a lot of the strokes mean. Why are they there? Or they're just like for creative purposes. Can Liu. I'll write the name down for you. The piece that you see right here, it's painted by them. They painted a lot many more masterpieces. He's just like a master. Check them out. There's lots to learn. So the recent art that I've been making, the style I've been trying to learn from Kanlyo. It's not the style that I usually paint in, but that's all you've seen me paint since you joined. I read a book by Naoki Saito, who is another amazing artist, and that book lists down a practice regime for 3 months to, get better, improve the hard way. And that's what I'm trying to do. And the practice that I've designed is on the basis of that. I'm following that book. I think the book's name is The Fastest Way to Improve Illustration, or the 3-month method, something like that. You can check it out. I think it should be pretty easy to find the title of that book. Welcome back, Silver Comet. I made a lot of progress. And if you're still here, like, that book has helped a lot. Like, this is the first study that I'm doing, and I'm about 1.5 months into the study. And I'm already seeing improvements. So, it's nice if you would like to work on it. Okay, so I think I've been able to sort of paint to some extent and have it not suck. Is that the title? I guess that must have be something to do with the translation. But I think it's the fastest way to improve illustration. I can check it out for you. Yep, fastest way to improve illustration. I mean, there's a lot of things that may not be backed by research that's stated as descriptions in that book, but I'm no one to judge. I'm just following, and I like where the practices are taking me. There's also more red brushes here. Not bad though. Just need to put in some darker colors and it will be done. This is a part that I haven't been able to get and mostly just unintentionally skip. But this is like a signature in Kanyo's art. You can see it in most of his pieces. It's just this random blob of black just to show that. It's a very dark area, but also some thing that's done purely for artistic purposes. I didn't think I'd be able to get done with it. It took me an hour, but I did it. It's not exact, but close. And a bit. Needs more practice. Lots more. But not bad. It was pretty aimless at first, but I think when I started painting the lighter regions, it just started coming together a lot. Should I paint another reference or move on to studying the real examples? I guess I did something good. I can take some risk. Alright, so I had chosen some references. I'm just gonna pick one. It's mostly white because I wanted to practice on whites. This seems like a really nice reference, but it's a bit high on the difficulty level, especially with all those colors. Something easy. This one's not too bad. No. Have it. It looks good zoomed out. I'm proud of myself. And I picked the colors on my own, other than the base colors. But it's also very easy to mess up. Yes, because that was also a part of the study. So the study is basically you do an illustration, try to mimic the artist, then find the problem areas, practice on the problem areas, make another illustration. mimicking the artist. So when I was painting Gintama, I realized I suck at painting clothes. So here I am. Need to rotate this one. Okay. I'm not gonna be drawing the girl, just the top. Samurai armor. Yep, that will be way down the line because it's hard. Metal. Yeah, I guess I'll be drawing more from Gintama, so more samurais and ninjas. I think I'm gonna erase it. I'm messed up. I guess it's because of the camera angle. I can recalibrate it and it should look better when I do that. That's something that like becomes an issue every now and then. As I like tilt my head a lot, So my model seems extremely tilted. I will adjust those movements. Oh, that's better that you told me. And if it's still a problem, just let me know. Can someone just draw this and send to me? And so I can paint without having to draw. Thanks for joining, Silver Comet. I'm actually sort of also exploring ways to not have to draw at all, just paint by blocking shapes. I did that a bit when I was practicing painting those sculptures. And big artists, there are a few, not a few, but like a lot, who directly paint without sketching. That's a big skill. And that too, like accurate colors. I guess I'm not a bad drawer. Fig tablets are also pretty nice. I've been meaning to get one. I mean, drawing tablets. Yep, there are people. I think there was someone on the stream as well who used to draw with their fingers. Must take a lot of patience though. I've tried it and I failed badly. Yep. Give time to paint. I will correct any more mistakes that I have in my sketch while I paint. In case you shouldn't be painting rest of the color. Yep. I've also seen some of those on Twitter and Pinterest, I think. Alright, I shall paint now. I will first try to do the base colors on my own and picking them. And also have Okay, wow. It's so hard to paint on my own because there's no rule against picking colors. I'll just get the background. I'm gonna give it a go. If I fail, I'm straight up picking colors for the base. Yep, it is uniform blue. It's like this color that's right here. Just, but it's like completely influenced by the color of the sky. Because in reality, it would be like a grayish tone with skylight blue. Yes, can't you? Yep. Yes, for like about 1.5 months, yes. I really like their art style, the way they paint, and the use of just a few brushes, like three, four brushes for most of their painting. Yep, exactly. Yep, because the way I like to paint, I use a lot of texture brushes. So yeah, I have to cut back a lot, and that teaches a lot more about actually shaping, which is something that I wanted to do from quite some time. I guess my ultimate goal is to be able to make messy looking art, where the corners aren't very well defined and the strokes are visible, and you don't have to paint everything in the most perfect manner. And I chose Kanlyu because at first, because the way I tend to paint, I tend to over polish. And when I look at Kanyu's art, I see that there's a lot of things that he chooses to keep it looking messy. And that's something that I wanted to learn. Yes, exactly. I collect examples of the kind of art that I like, and I know that that's super far away from how I currently make art because I need to just pay attention to each and every detail. Everything needs to look perfect, but that's something that doesn't really, that's not something that attracts me towards art, but I tend to make it that way, which is like a bad habit. So, to overcome that, though I guess I am done for the day. Uh, I think I need to work on the time I can paint in a single stretch because I get tired after about 1.5 hours, 1 hour. I will be streaming tomorrow as well. So I will see you tomorrow then. Good night. Sleep well and bye bye. Thank you for joining.